Hello everybody, this is Mithril Zenith, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the Fire Emblem 1 and Fire Emblem 3 experience systems. So, as you can see, I am playing Fire Emblem 1 right now, and I wanted to show you a little bit about just what happens when you try to fight in Fire Emblem 1. Here's Abel, he's attacking, he deals 10 damage, gets countered, takes 5 damage, gets countered again, takes 5 damage. Bada bing, bada boom. Abel gains 10 experience. He dealt 10 damage, he gets 10 experience, and that's what I wanted to talk about today, the experience system of Fire Emblem 1 and Fire Emblem 3. So, these experience systems are very different from the modern Fire Emblem experience system. In modern Fire Emblem, you will get experience based on your level, or sometimes internal level, depending on the game. But basically, a calculation of your level based versus the opponent's level, with different values based on if you just deal damage or if you kill. And occasionally you'll even get damage in some games for dodging attacks or getting hit or just being a part of combat at all. You'll get a point of experience. Fire Emblem 1 and 3 work very differently. If you chip, you deal damage, you get experience equal to the damage you dealt up to a certain point. In FE1 that's 20 points, and FE2 that's 10. If you kill an enemy, you get experience equal to the enemy's EXP value. As you can see, that general had 59 EXP value. This Draco Knight has 53. This Bishop has 53. So say we want to kill this Bishop, well, Zane is actually a really weird choice for this because he doesn't get experience. But let's say we wanted to kill this Curate. 39 EXP value. Let's try it. And if we get 2 hits and kill, which is not guaranteed, this is a very old game, we should be getting 39 experience on Sita. As we can see, we dealt damage, we dealt 30 damage, we technically dealt less because he had less HP, we get 39 experience. So why is this interesting? Why is this notable? Why is this worth commenting on at all? Well, frankly, quite honestly, it's worth commenting on because it is very, very different to how experience works in any recent Fire Emblem game, in such a way that I don't really think it's possible for a modern Fire Emblem game to have this same experience system. Why? Because this experience system is freaking broken. Think about it. There's no restriction based on the level of your unit. There's no limitation based on the level of the enemy. It's just how much damage are you dealing? You get that much experience, unless you're capped, and then you can't get experience. This allows you to power level any unit. It doesn't matter if they're level 1, it doesn't matter if they're level, 20 promoted. I mean, it would matter in that case because they can't gain experience. But basically, it doesn't matter what your unit is. They will gain experience, and they will gain experience faster if they can do more damage, which means it snowballs. Your higher level units then begin gaining experience faster, which gets them more stats, which gets them more experience, and even more so than in currently modern Fire Emblem, the game snowballs out of control. At the very least, with the modern Fire Emblem system, your experience gain slows down if you level up. If you get a higher level, the experience slows down. You can't just spam the same unit over and over and snowball and level up faster and faster. You get more powerful over time, yes. But that experience gain slows down. In a system like this, the experience gain does not slow down. In fact, in modern Fire Emblem, they've taken effort to make sure that you can't even boss abuse or single unit abuse in nearly the same capacity that you could in older Fire Emblem games. For instance, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, the way that they handle Wolf and Sedgar specifically in those games, incredibly broken, because they're pre-promoted, but they have absolutely massive growths. Absolutely massive growths. So if you were to... Also, I have computer on double speed, so mind the sound. If you were to level them up and power level them, say, in, like, Chapter 7 or whatever it is, Norda Market. Not Norda Market, but you could do it in any number of chapters. You can power level them, you can push forward, and you can get them to be incredibly, incredibly strong. So much so that they break the game in half. Even on hard 5, they are like almost guaranteed way to survive and to win. Just use those units. That's how powerful they are. Also, goodbye Marth. Looks like I died. So, the game is broken by those units. And the game is broken because there's no EXP fall off. You can just use the same enemy over and over and over and keep gaining experience without a penalty. The limitation that they've placed as early as Awakening going forward, and they've kept it, is that if you keep attacking the same enemy, you will get less and less and less experience for doing so. For instance, in Shadow Dragon, there's not this limitation. If you use Gordon to attack the boss of the first chapter, who can't counter back, you can just do that until you use all your money and every bow breaks, or Gordon somehow gets high enough level to one round and kill the boss. You can just do that until Gordon caps out, or somehow becomes able to one round the boss. Because the boss is on a heal tile that heals him 20% of his max HP every turn. And there's no EXP penalty. Try to do that same thing in Awakening, in something like, I don't know, surround an archer on a fort, and then just chip him over and over and over again. You will get less experience every time. I believe down to a minimum of 1, but it might even be a minimum of 0. Needless to say, your experience gain slows way down. If you had the Fire Emblem 1 version of experience gain, not only would you not slow down, but your experience gain would actually speed up as you level up and deal more damage. It makes sense in a feeling way. It works based on feel and based on logic, but it's not good for game design. It's not good for balance. It creates problems. And I think that because it creates problems, they scrapped it and moved on with different experience models, even as early as FE4. Sure, it didn't really get fundamentalized down to what it is now, but it can't be what it was in FE1 and FE3. It just can't. It would break the game. I'd love to see them try, though, because I love going back to FE1 and FE3 almost specifically for the experience gain and how good it feels to just get level up after level up after level up on high-level units, mowing through a crowd of enemies, and just, like, getting so much experience so quickly. If you haven't done it, highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, what are your thoughts on the experience system? Do you feel like the experience system of old Fire Emblem needs to come back? Do you feel like modern Fire Emblem's experience system is better in every way? Do you have any thoughts on what could make a more interesting experience system than what we already have? Let me know down in the comments below. Till next time, this is Mythril Zenith, signing out.